What's up troopers, my name is Neon and today we're going to be talking about the old gen edition of Battlefield 2042. This is from Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Before we get into the video, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I would really appreciate it. Of course, leave a like, thank you very much. At this point troopers, the storage when it comes to the new gen is probably ended now. It's a lot more easier to go and get yourself a new Xbox or a PlayStation 5. But by the time the new consoles came out, that's when 2042 did. And at that time, it was very difficult to actually get a PlayStation 5. Even I struggled so much, I actually had to buy it off someone. I was legit so worried and I thought I was going to get scammed. So I know the struggles because that was a pretty sketchy thing to do, to just buy it off someone because I couldn't get it off the original store. But now I know it's a lot more easier for you guys to get yourself a new gen console. Most people just moved on to PC, but a lot of people are still on the old generation Battlefield. If I made this video when the game did come out, this whole video will be a different conversation. At that point, it was probably the worst experience I've ever had. But over the time, the old generation actually has improved so much more. It's kind of crazy actually how much it has improved now. The number one thing I feel like it's improved the most is actually the movement. The movement feels very similar to actually the new gen. Just moving around, flowing with the map, sliding, is just really nice overall. Before it was super slow and super clunky, but the movement of itself is just a lot more better and I feel like the servers themselves are just flowing better. It is definitely a shame though because I feel like sometimes I have to go into the old gen version to just play with some of my friends because they haven't moved on to the new gen yet, but then some people actually are on the new gen but they prefer to play on the old gen, and a lot of that could be just because of the console only, or it could just be that you just want to play with some of your friends who unfortunately can't make it to the new gen. When it comes to the portal servers, the portal servers are also pretty full as well. It's not as active as the new gen, but them servers themselves can be pretty busy. There is a couple of custom conquest matches and a couple of hardcore servers on there, but the one thing I feel like what is still lacking on 2042 is the whole recoil pattern. Every time you're using the guns, they just feel like they're not really moving. I'm not saying that they have no recoil, that's not the case at all. It's just how their weapons move. It's super slow, super clunky, and I kind of get it because it is an old gen, there's only so much power and what they can really perform on there. But I feel like sometimes when I'm just using that gun, it just feels very off. If you've been playing the old gen for a long time, then I feel like it wouldn't even be a problem for you. But for me, switching between the two, you can notice the difference. But troopers, you guys gotta let me know, is there a reason for you guys actually playing on the old gen? And is there a reason why you're not moving to the new gen? I want you guys to let me know because there's so many people who still play in the old gen and refuse to move to it. A lot of people want to actually have crossplay only. I feel like there has to be other reasons as well. So if there's a reason for you to stay on the old gen, so please let me know in the comment section below. There is times I feel like I am moving to the old generation version of the game because sometimes when it does come down recoil patterns, because they're way more slower, I feel like it's easier to use. I'm not saying about anything of that version being easy, it's just the fact of the recoil pattern is a lot more simple to control. So when I'm using certain weapons where I'm absolutely crazy in the new gen, I could just switch onto this version and just use it a lot more better. Funny enough, when it came to season 2 and we had the PF51, I actually did that on the old gen because you know how that weapon works, the sway is all over the place. So when I switched on the old gen, I was actually having a lot of fun. It was pretty much like my go-to secondary SMG. But yeah troopers, let me know what you think about the old gen version. I'd love to hear your opinions, and if you never played that version before, just in case you're on PC, then let me know what you think about this video itself. Look at the gameplay and tell me what you think about it. Anyway troopers, thank you very much for listening to me talk. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, part Pink Wagami, and I'll see you troopers on the battlefield.